question in American politics.
So while we could find or do find the president's constant lying or lawlessness or reprehensible behavior morally unacceptable, a lot of people vote pretty selfishly, and they say, what's going to give me more money in my pocket?
Or what's going to keep, or what's going to make abortion illegal, or what's going to make sure that my Second Amendment rights stay the same. And clearly that adds up to enough people that the president still has something akin to 40% of the electorate in polls. It's kind of fascinating to us, as I'm sure it is to you, but how do we talk about that?
Well, let me start with the first thing that you said, which is about the economy. Because at the time of full employment, when growth is pretty good, what we saw was that the average wage, the buying power of the average wage went down last year.
Right, because inflation was up by 2.9%.
Of Americans, their take-home pay could purchase fewer goods and services than at the beginning of the year. So when people talk about a successful economy and that things are good, actually, for about 80% of Americans, this isn't working at all. Things are actually worse.
I'm going to speak for both of us. We agree with you. Then I find it puzzling when you look at small and large business sentiment. They're up. Consumer confidence is up. Why is that, despite the facts you just outlined?
Well, in terms of business confidence, my underlying thesis of what's going on is there has been a corporate takeover of our democracy. And as a result, business is having its way. It got a huge tax cut, and the people associated with big corporations got a big tax cut. But the average American didn't participate that in a big way. And now we're going to see that without the money going into the government, that we're going to have all kinds of cuts to their service
Then why
programs.
is consumer confidence up?
Well, what I can say is this. What I look at is how people feel about this president, which, as you say, has been constant, but at a low level. What we are seeing is great passion, and Florida is a perfect example, Stephanie, of a 70% increase in Democratic turnout last Tuesday. What that says is people are deeply upset with this administration, deeply upset with their policies, and deeply upset with their lawlessness.
Tom, good to see you as always. Thank you for joining us. Tom Steyer is leading an effort to get the president impeached and spending over $100 million on getting congressional Democrats elected come November. You know, it is interesting because the president talks about how wages are up. They're up 2.7% over the last year. Inflation's up 2.9%. So really
cancels it out.
It cancels it out. But I think maybe in individual cases, people are not feeling one as much as they're feeling another. So it may take some time for everybody to realize that their things are costing them more versus what they're earning.